Hello, my name's Brett Dunlap, and I'm here today to speak about not only myself as a student at WTAMU, but my career choices that I'm going to be making here after graduation. I'm going to be using the strategic management model to do this task, which consists of my mission, my objectives, an internal and an external analysis, my strategic choices, my strategic implementation, how to implement those choices, and finally my competitive advantage over the competition. So let's jump right into it. So my mission, I started pretty late in to start college. It was about 5 years after I graduated. I had always worked with computers, but I never really knew what I wanted to do with it. So finally, I just got myself up and I said, I'm gonna go to Amarillo College. So I went to Amarillo College, got an associate's just to get my general studies out of the way. Shortly after, I moved on to WT. I've been here at WT for 3 years now, working on my BBA in CIS, which is Computer Information Systems. And so that's really my mission, was to get my degree. And at first I didn't know what I wanted to do, but soon I found out, I want to work for Hastings Entertainment because their flagship store is here, their main distribution center, everything is here in Amarillo. So so that would be moving on to my objectives. In order for me to work with Hastings, I had a capstone course last semester in which there was a student that told me she worked for Hastings for this project that they had to do for this capstone course, where they work in conjunction with the IT people from Hastings, including the head IT person, which his name is Rick Kotara. And she went through the whole process and she got hired on upon doing her presentation and turning in her final product. So that's what I did. I asked for Hastings. There's a little backstory about that. Some rumors started going around in my team. It was myself and three other individuals. The rumors were pretty outlandish, mostly about how I didn't do my own work, and it changed. I don't know. There was a lot of rumors. So one thing I wanted to do was prove myself, and which I did. We were tasked by Hastings to make what they called a production data change electronic format, because all they were using paper at the time, and they had to go all over the place to get different signatures, and obviously wasting papers, you want to go green and save trees all you can. So we were tasked with making this document an electronic version. So what I did was I said, I'm not gonna let this hold me back, all these rumors and everything. I'm just gonna prove myself, and that's what I did. I ended up doing 75% of the program, all the really beefy, juicy stuff. I mean, I was up at WT till 5 o'clock in the morning sometimes, at least 3 times that I can count. And even at home, sometimes I would literally stay up until from dusk till dawn. That sun came up, I was still working. So, and I did that, and the reason I did that was not only because of the rumors, but Mr. Katara had told us that since they had limited positions available at that time, he would only be hiring one person, and that person was going to really have to stand out. So it wasn't even really a full guarantee to hire any of us. I mean, he just said if one of you really stands out, we'll see. So that's what I did. I recorded all of the work that I did. The 75% of the work I did, the 25% that I didn't do was all very easy stuff. CSS, which is cascading style sheets. It's just making your website look better or your page look better. That's what the other guys did. So, when it came time for us to present, I nailed it. I got out there and I answered every question. Dr. Humphreys, who most people on campus know, he's whenever you do presentations, he tries to catch you. He really does. He wants to know that you did the work, and he tries to catch you to see if you really did it. And so I actually was the spokesperson for my entire team, and he tried to get me with a whole lot of questions, and all he did was help me prove that I did such a good job on that project. So upon completion, Mr. Kotara not only offered me the position, but he wrote me a really glowing letter of recommendation if I decided to go somewhere else. Well, unfortunately, that wasn't my last semester of school. This is. So Mr. Kotara and I talked, and we felt it was best if I go ahead and finish out this semester. And so I'll be graduating next week on Friday, and as soon as that's over, I'm going to be going straight into Hastings. either as a networker or a developer, but somewhere in the IT field. So my external analysis, I looked up a couple articles, and one in particular that I really liked was from Boston.com, and it shows the title is in the year 2016, the 30 fastest growing jobs, and the number one job on there is network systems and data communications analyst, which is a strong possibility that I would be doing over at Hastings. It says the projected increase in 2016 would be 53.4%, so there's definitely going to be a market out there for me. Number employed in 2006 was 262,000 and growing, and the median pay in 2006 was $67,460. Now I know a developer makes 40, starts out at 45,000. Networker, it's going to be about 80,000. So hopefully I can do that. But the reason that I'm bringing this up is that there's a gigantic need out there for all these IT professionals. I mean uh, the rate at which the tech field is growing is it's just at a blink of an eye. You have a new program out there, or a new a new computer or something, and they need people like me out there to fix these things, to to program these things, and that's going to be me. So in the other article I thought was interesting was it spoke about the buyout from Hastings, and this was posted on March 18th of 2014, and Mr. Excuse me, and and Mr. Mr. Joel Weinshenker bought them out. And I spoke with Rick Kotara, and he told me that Mr. Weinshenker was going to expand the IT department, which is very good for me. So, so that, as far as external analysis, that's going to do it for that. So, an internal analysis is going to be pretty much what I'm going to bring to the table. Now, what I bring to the table is I'm a very good worker. I'm a very proficient worker. I do not stop until I complete the task at hand, or until they want me to stop. That's the only time I'm going to stop. I work really well with others. I'm very good speaking in front of a crowd. I've never had a problem with it. Um, so yeah, that's going to be my internal analysis. Now my strategic choice is going to be what I'm going to do to further my education. Now there's a lot of stuff I'm currently doing. Besides self-study, I try to pick up a book every now and then and learn a different programming language than I'm being taught at the current time. I was also a part of the Buff Techs and the Tech Club, which is on campus, and we do all kinds of different programming stuff that we wouldn't normally do in class. I go to career fairs every time we have a career fair. Even though I have a job for me out there already, I want to put my name out there more. So that's going to be my strategic choice now. How to implement this is just going back to Hastings. As soon as I graduate, a week later, I'll be hired on. I've already talked to Mr. Kotara. Everything's set in place. I've just got to cross the T's and dot the I's. So that's going to be my implementation. And I'm also going to be doing web development and web design on the side, developing web pages for certain clients, and I'll be doing this through I'll be advertising through things like Facebook and LinkedIn, which is a business-oriented social networking site. So that's going to be how I'm going to implement these things. And last but not least, my competitive advantage goes back to the same thing, Hastings. I did so much to prove myself and to put myself above the rest of the people in my group, and made it known to Mr. Kotara that I would be a very, very, very essential cog, a part of the Hastings team. So, so that's my competitive advantage. Was I worked a lot harder than the other guys, and the other guys could have worked hard too, but they decided not to, and I decided to. I did a very good job in my speech, and so that's how I gained a competitive advantage over the rest of my team, and hopefully I can do the same once I go on at Hastings. I always put myself out there, and so that's going to wrap this up. I hope that you enjoyed the video, and I hope that it will help you with your future career decisions. Thank you.